Yeah,
about him finishing a fight night with Brunson next week instead of Holland.
exactly. But to move on to the second fight on the card, we have a flyweight matchup between Manel Kape versus Matthew Nicolai Ferreira, where we have Kape, who is 15-5 and is the minus 135 favorite, and then you got Matthew, who is the 15-3-1 record, and then is the plus 115 underdog. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, this is another tough one. When it comes to this fight, this was an intriguing matchup for me. We talked about Cap a month ago for his matchup with Pantoja, and we saw how kind of disappointing that debut was, in my opinion, at least. I expect Cape to have the jitters out of his system and be a little more aggressive than he was against Pantoja. He was 2 for 7 in takedowns and only threw 94 strikes throughout the entire fight, 3 rounds. If he wants to win, he needs to throw more because I don't think he's going to win the battle for takedowns. Nikolai comes into this matchup with 100% takedown defense. Now, we talked about Anders' last fight, 80%, right? You
Mm-hmm.
said if it's not 100, that's the next best thing. This guy's coming with 100% takedown defense. So I expect Nicola to try and get the fight to the ground, but he'll need to be careful as Cap is pretty good in the ground too. He's got a lot of submission wins in his resume too. But I'm going to actually go again with the underdog. I'm going with Nicola via submission in second round.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, I got the opposite,
I knew
but
you would.
but to start out, we got Matthew Nicolai Ferreira. He fights out Team Nova U9, and then you got Manel Kape. He's fighting out AKA Thailand. Matthew's fight resume includes 2 knockouts, 6 submission, and 7 decisions, above average takedown and submission defense. Just like you said, his takedown defense is top notch, and he's only been knocked out once. The big thing though with him is he hasn't fought in 2 years,
Yeah.
but his big thing. He's a grappling specialist who can spit you at any time. That's what he prides himself on, is the grappling and the takedown. Whereas we got Manel Kape, who is coming into the second UFC fight out of Ryzen. He has his fighting resume is he's finished 13 opponents, 7 TKOs, wins, 4 submissions, and 2 decisions. He's prone to the submission, so he's this is a perfect fight for Nikolai in the sense that he's prone to submissions, but his strengths are in his hands. He's he's very strength in striking. And if you watch the third round of his first fight that we're critical of a couple of months ago, you saw that he actually got going in the third round and he started to look better. He looked more comfortable in the octagon for the UFC. Like he was getting his striking going, he was getting everything going. So I feel like he's going to continue that. And I actually have Manel Kape by first round knockout. I feel like he's more fresh fighter. He's motivated after his last fight, and then the last round of the last fight, he looked his best. Matthew hasn't fought in 2 years. I expect that Kape to want to stay on his feet. He's going to do everything he can to stay on the feet and not on the ground. And his takedown defense is pretty good.
Yeah, he does have a good defense.
So I feel like he's going to use that. He's going to keep the fight on the feet. Nikolai's not that bad with the striking, but I don't think it's like when he hits you, it's not as hard as when now Kape hits you. When Kape hits you, it's like getting hit with like a sledgehammer. Like he hits hard, and I feel like he's going to be able to connect on a few of those because Nikolai is going to try and go for the takedown, and then he's going to use that to his advantage. He's going to kind of game plan Nikolai into going for a takedown, and he's going to hit him with a shot, and he's going to put him down. And I feel like it's going to be a first round knockout.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident about that one. So.
Yeah, well, we said that last time with Manel, but the thing about Manel, like if it goes to decisions, at least in his last 5, it's gone decision twice and he's lost. So it's that warm up round that you were talking about in the beginning. If he's taking 2 rounds to warm up and it's getting to the third round to really find his footing, that's dangerous because this guy is going to wear him down. He's going to shoot for takedowns constantly, and you got to exert a lot of energy to stop somebody who's really good on the ground. So he's going to wear him down, and I hope to God that he does heat up and gets those jitters out in the first round instead of midway through the third where he can start throwing. You know what I mean?